Keep it.
That's a crazy game.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. It really was. The whole game. It wasn't even just the ending. I mean, there was just some strange things going on tonight. We give up 28 points in the first quarter, hold them to 12 in the second. We give up 28 points in the third quarter, hold them to 16 in the fourth. We missed a layup, really bobbled the ball. I don't even know if he ever really, it counts as an attempt. But he just lost sight of the ball. Kevin misses 2 free throws. Paul dribbles the clock out. It was just one of those games.
But let's say about the fact that you still won.
It says a lot. Thank you for leading me there. But it's true. I mean, it was a no-energy game. You can feel it. I even said at halftime, even the building had no energy. It's just one of those nights. And, our guys kept talking about grinding the game. We got to grind this game out somehow. And I thought there was a stretch. I don't know, when we were down 8 with 3 minutes, 4 minutes, you could hear them in the timeout. I didn't know we were going to win or lose, but you knew we were going to have a chance. You just felt that. And we made some big shots.
As those tough plays.
Fourth quarter, Doc, just talk a bit about that.
It was tremendous. High hands, deflections. We went to that little, we don't even know what we call the press, or we call it 22, but we went to the press, which kept making them have low clock, and so now they're starting their offense at 8 in 10 seconds. It's rare when you get out rebounded the way we did today. That you win, but we did.
As all those plays that you listed off kept mounting up, what did you say to the guys to keep their...
Just keep going. The good news is, in the middle of the first quarter, I told them in the first time out, this is going to be a grind game, guys. This is going to be a hard basket. You can just feel it. You can see it. And I just kept saying, we just got to find a way. We don't have our stuff. I don't know if they do or not, but we just got to figure it out and try to win this game. Let's get out of this building with a win. And I said that from the first quarter on, and you can just feel it. Even when we were up, we had a 10-point lead and gave that up. It was just one of those games.
What do you think about going into Philly tomorrow with a chance to tie it in the first place?
Well, I think that's great. What the hell?
All the trouble that you've had this season, you still have a chance to...
Yeah, I mean, we're just hanging in there. I mean, that's what we're doing. And we're starting to play good basketball. And we're starting to win basketball games when we don't play good basketball, and that may be more important. Steve, you wanted to ask a question.
No, sorry.
No, I would like you to go ahead.
It looked like Paul, sometimes we talk about lack of energy, sometimes you're better, and sometimes you're worse. We're trying to provide that.
Yeah, he really was. I mean, he had a tough stretch, but he also had a winning stretch. With the drop roll down the stretch, our set was, he was terrific in it, and, got a couple of rejects, to the basket, came off, made good plays, made a couple of good passes too and good decisions, so that was good.
The guys that tried to force it all the time.
Yeah, he did.
For a few minutes he was like...
Yeah, I thought we went on the stretch where everyone was trying to do it themselves. You could see it, that stretch where, in the fourth quarter when we were getting down, I'm going to win this game for us. That's a great quality, but it doesn't usually work that way. That's why it's a team game.
So I know that you don't hear a whole lot about any game like this as Greg Stevens. Just talk about
Greg was terrific. And I was going to go with him in the second half, but I thought we had a good flow, so I didn't. It's funny. Sometimes you're almost protective of your young guys. You don't want to mess up his game, in some ways, and because his confidence, and it is a game where honestly I'm thinking till tomorrow. He's going to have to play some minutes, and his confidence had to be high, and it should be good tomorrow.
What do you think about
the minutes tomorrow? You're going to have to play 80 minutes.
Yeah, that's a lot. Obviously overtime skewers it, but I'm not worried about his minutes. He's going to have some minutes days where he plays 40 minutes. I don't like him back to back. He's also going to have some 25-minute games. So at the end of the season, it'll still stay 30. How we get to it. Is how we get to it. Obviously, if I had my pick, today would not have been a 40-minute night. And what hurt us was Brandon gets hurt at the beginning of the game, so we're searching. Chris gets into foul trouble, So now we have to extend Kevin's minutes, and fortunately, I think that was part of the reason with the free throws.
Kyle
He
Lowry
moved
was
into
another
12th all-time on the all-time rebounding list. Kevin did with 13
Did he?
past Shaq. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
another milestone for another member of your big three.
Yeah, I think when you're old, you have a milestone every night. I'm starting to realize that because I just gave Kevin 2 basketballs with paint on it, so now we have to give him another one. You have to be healthy. You have to be good for a long time. When you start, him and Paul and Ray, when you start passing up guys like they're passing up guys.
Can I just ask you another follow-up on that vein? Ray Allen, his three-point shooting percentage is like as good as it's been over his entire career, and for his age, I mean, do you still find that kind of amazing?
Yeah, I don't know how you do it. You know, clearly they have a hoop on the golf course in the summertime because that's where he spends his whole summer. So, but you know, I heard all this stuff from you guys and from the fans, tweets about Ray this summer. You know, working out in different places, running. I mean, so he's an amazing athlete.
Lowry was another guy at the point guard position that you guys really held to a rough nut. Talk about this stretch defensively, not just what you're doing in teams, but with point guards in particular.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, Rondo in particular, and Avery too. Just his defensive pressure has really picked up. You know, Lowry torched this last year. You remember in Houston, and we remember that. But he's a good player. He's having a under the radar great season for a point guard. And so, obviously, he was a guy, him and Martin, were 2 guys that we were very, very concerned about.
You touched on Ray kind of coming back to life a little bit in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we needed that. That was good because, you know, the game the other night, they decided that they were just going to face guard him and take him out of the game. And tonight, early on, I really wanted to get him shots. We got him a couple of wide open shots, and they didn't go down. And so now, you know how that goes. It starts mounting, and you're just thinking, let's get him a shot to get open. We ran a play to start the second quarter to try to get him another shot, and it didn't work. So, but once they start going for him, they pretty much keep going.
The play at the end of the game,
Yeah.
the regular time, was that designed for Ray?
It was designed for Kevin or Ray. You know, I thought Ray was open on the first part of it, and we were late getting it to him. He was wide open. And then he actually got a great shot anyway. That was a great play by Kevin stepping up. So, but really, I had told Rondo if Ray wasn't wide open, to call a timeout because the second play we had something for Paul. But listen, Ray Allen wide open at the elbow. I'm going to take that.
31 free throw attempts tonight, Doc. Do you guys feel like you're not settling as much in these last few
Yeah, I
games?
think a lot of it is our spacing. You know, when you have Brandon and Kevin, there's driving lanes now. There's not just some bigs standing under there waiting for you. Chris is doing a great job moving around so they can't help out for him. But I just think this is the way we're playing. We're just in more of an attack mode.
Is there a different mentality from the vets on this team, especially since the All-Star break? It just seems like even tonight, like there seemed to be a lot more defensive intensity down the stretch, fourth quarter, overtime.
You know, I don't know that, but I would have to say it has to be. You know, it's always better when you're a veteran when you can see the end. You know, and you come into the season the way we came in 6 games, you don't see it. You know, you just see a lot of games. You know, now, you know, the countdown has started, and I think they understand it.
Do you think Brandon will be okay for tomorrow? Do you think you're responding about the ankle? Is that anything?
Yeah, honestly, he told me the tape was too tight.
Oh, that's all.
So, but it's just no way that was what it was because that's the longest tape job of all time. So, I was actually getting really upset at Eddie because I was under the understanding he was just going back to retape them. And after like 15 minutes, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, what kind of tape job is this? So it probably was the ankle. I didn't ask. Eddie just came out and said he can go back in, but I'm sure it had to be something else. Thanks, guys.